Ice Cube's Big 3 is back. The most competitive basketball league on earth is on CBS this Saturday. Big 3 All-Star Dwight Howard and the LA Riot take on Greg Monroe and the Dallas Power. Then Coach Rick Mahorn, Sensation Nazir Kaur, and the Detroit Amps look to protect home court against back-to-back MVP Michael Beasley and the defending champs Miami 305. The game played the way you love. Watch live Saturday on CBS at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific, and catch replays on BET.
Oh, yay, yay! It's time to get your morning started with the news you need to know.
News update.
News update.
This is what's trending with DJ and PK. Hashtag Utah Jazz.
With the second pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the Utah Jazz select Darryn Peterson from the University of Kansas.
Now I'm with the Jazz, and I'm super excited to get there. And it'll definitely keep a chip on my shoulder throughout my whole career. And I'll take it out on everybody, not just that guy in particular.
Take it out on everybody. Chip on the shoulder. PK music to your ears. Everybody's got to have a goal to shoot for. Can't have satisfied people running around in their rookie years. Chip on the shoulder. It's the fire that ignites the engine.
Yeah, so?
No.
Well, they said that they met with him in Canton, Ohio, which is the home of the NFL
Hall of Fame, yeah.
Yeah.
Pro Football Hall of Fame.
I think that in due time, they'll also be meeting again in Springfield, Massachusetts.
I heard you say that. Tim Lacombe calling you out. Things you won't be responsible for because you're dead. They'll have to put it on your tombstone. That was good. Tim played the hits. Well done.
I told you he was a Hall of Famer.
Well done.
And, Filipowski, Flipper has number 22. Well, yes. I'm going to go on record as saying there'll only be one more player in the history of Jazz franchisedom who will wear number 22.
Put that number in the rafters, baby.
Yeah, man, he's a player. I've been saying it. We've all been saying it for weeks. Most skilled player in a draft. And I think several weeks ago, they came to the conclusion that this is what it was going to be. And I had heard, literally, well, we'll leave it at that, but that they were not as overly concerned enough to not draft him about the other stuff, about the not playing and all that. And
cramping and the sitting and the taking himself out of games.
And I could argue, as a responder to one of my tweets said, that thank above for Creatine. Because Creatine kept him out of the lineup. And if he would have been in the lineup, he would have been the overwhelming number one choice.
Yep. So thank goodness for Ace Bailey's agent at the time and for Creatine, because two guys have fallen to the Jazz at 2 and 5 that they can plan on building around.
Yeah, and I think Darryn Peterson will be better than Ace Bailey, and that's nothing. Zero against Ace Bailey. Absolutely nothing.
Totally see why you say that. He goes more quickly in what is thought to be a better draft. Yeah, there's starting from, if this is a race, he's starting well out in front of everybody else.
And it looks like Ace Bailey was a great pick. We'll find that out for sure as we continue to go along, as we will with Darryn Peterson. But I'm extremely high on the kid. I think he's the most skilled player. He puts the smooth in smooth Jazz.
Jazz do not have a second-round pick for tonight, of course. They could trade back in, buy their way back in. That's happened. So
they've got so many young guys, they don't really see the need.
They don't need it. Unless there's somebody that they want to bet on that they think is awesome. I get it. Yeah. It's a young team.
Yeah.
And the roster spots might be needed for veterans.
Right.
Veteran backup center, veteran ball handler on the perimeter.
There's no need to give up something to get it.
DJ and PK.
Hashtag NBA.
With the first pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the Washington Wizards select Anise DeBansa Jr. from Brigham Young University.
I mean, it means a lot. I mean, they welcome me with open arms. And I just give that most thanks to BYU, KY, and the whole staff for believing in me. I knew I wanted to come. I wanted that visit. I see Yegor today, too. So, I mean, it's just BYU family all around, and I just give them a thanks.
A.J. DeBansa is the top pick in the draft. First time BYU has had the number 1 overall draft pick. They've had several number 2s, but this is the first time they've had the number 1. And he should make about $69 million over 4 years. What will he do with the Wizards? The Wizards have largely been going nowhere for 50 years now. I think 5 playoff series wins since they won their championship, which is now, 57 years ago. So, can they do it? Can he help them?
Oh, yeah.
Boston Celtics president of basketball operations Brad Stevens says all-star forward Jaylen Brown remains valued by the franchise despite his being dangled as the centerpiece of their trade offer to the Bucks for Giannis. Brown has been outspoken about being trade bait, so we'll see if they patch that up or if he's the next big name being traded around the league. Boston Celtics guard Derek White will be taking on the role with the Colorado Buffaloes as president of basketball strategy, assisting Buffs coach Tad Boyle while continuing his NBA career. He's also donating $2 million to Colorado, where he made his name in college. DJ and PK.
Hashtag NFL.
Put me on a soapbox, man. I mean, if you could put grass in MetLife and in SoFi, I think you could do that year round if you really gave it. I mean, like, that's my opinion. Like, the players, I think if you polled every single player, I would say probably 90% would hit. They prefer grass field, and I'd say 10% would say they don't care. But 90% of guys, they prefer to play on grass. And so it's just like, well, you just show that you can do it. So then why don't we do it? Because that's what the players want to do.
I would say money. They're spending a lot of money because they can make them a lot of money off the World Cup, but it was competitive to host the World Cup. Not all the NFL stadiums do. And they've already got their NFL tenant locked in, so they don't bother. And they can do multi-purpose events in there, and they can't do multi-purpose events during the few months they have the grass down here for the World Cup. But they're making so much money off the World Cup, they don't care. Follow the money, PK.
I don't care about any of it.
There will not be an NFL supplemental draft this year. The league sent a letter to former Texas Tech quarterback Brendan Sorsby in which it explained he will need to enter the league via next year's NFL draft.
Well, yeah, we'll see about that.
And the lawyers will now commence. Can he sue the NFL and can he get them to hold a supplemental draft? Or would he rather go back to college and fight those lawsuits and court cases? I mean, the Big 12, I think, expected this to, at least to some degree, if not absolutely, and that's why they left their legal stuff in place.
Why couldn't he be signed as a free agent?
I think there's something about it in the collective bargaining agreement, and that's why they have the supplemental draft to bring people in. They don't want to follow the money, be bidding against each other for free agents that are rookies.
Well, don't they already do that? Undrafted free agents?
For the undrafted free agents, yeah. But
What's
not for the guys, the guys who have a lot of talent, who you really spend a lot of money on and gamble on.
How many of those guys are there? I doubt they went to that minute of a detail.
The first rounders, they'd spend big money. I don't know how much longer that would go. I mean, to your point, is there 30 guys or 50 guys or 70 guys or whatever?
One.
Probably varies year to year. Certainly at the top of the draft, yeah. Atlanta Falcons tight end Kyle Pitts agreed to terms on a 3-year, $54 million contract extension. Includes $36 million guaranteed and makes him the third highest paid tight end in the NFL. $18 million a year. And Hall of Fame quarterback Jim Kelly has had health challenges. Announced recently he had a stroke, but he's feeling really good. The Bills legend revealed the news at the opening of the franchise's new stadium. They had a ribbon cutting. DJ and PK.
Hashtag college football.
The NCAA Division I cabinet unanimously approved a new 5-year age-based eligibility model. Athletes will have 5 years of eligibility with no exceptions outside of exemptions for religious missions, military service, and pregnancy. They'll do away with red shirts, medical hardship waivers, and the like. And now do you want to say we'll see about that?
Well, there are going to be exceptions.
Yeah. Ohio State will enshrine former Buckeyes coach Jim Tressel in the Ring of Honor September 5th. He'll join Woody Hayes and Paul Brown as coaches in the Ring of Honor. They won the 2002 national title with Jim Tressel in charge. So he'll get his day in the sun. DJ and PK.
Hashtag Major League Baseball.
Got the curveball, popped it up. Pretty good pop-up as he drives it way out, way out, way out, way gone. How about that? Sitting on a breaking ball, he got it, and it hit it to a deep part of the park where it's about 375.
And Loperfido hammers it deep to right field. It's hooking. If it stays fair, it's gone. It's a fair ball and a go-ahead 3-run homer. Joey Loperfido, the former Blue Jay, comes back to Toronto.
Highlights from around Major League Baseball. Did you watch much baseball yesterday? The draft was fairly distracting.
I turned on while I was working last night the last couple innings of the Diamondback game on my phone.
Diamondbacks beat the Cards 4-3. What goes around comes around. The Dodgers just got blown out 12-1. Turn around and win 12-3. They hammer the Minnesota Twins, so they keep it rolling.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of your many teams. One of your other teams, the Phillies, also keeping it rolling. Beat up on the Nationals 14-9. Your team's scoring a lot of runs, PK.
Don't forget about Joey Loperfido.
Joey Loperfido?
He hit the home run. You know, he was with the Blue Jays, and then he came back, and he's a Jersey guy. And I was at Toronto, and he was on that team, and I looked him up. And the reason why I looked him up, well, he's got a Paisan last name, so I figured there's a good chance. Sure enough, he's from Jersey, and his walk-up music was the Eagles. None of this rap crap.
He's also been involved in a trade between Houston and Toronto, not once, but twice.
Dodgers trying to pull away from the Braves. Dodgers, Braves, and Phillies. Somebody's going to have to play in the first round, right? At least be one of the top two. Give yourself a little time off. Get your pitching organized. One of the Braves lost in 10 innings. Manny Machado's RBI single in the 10th gave the Padres a 7-6 win. Surprised the Yankees have done so well.
You keep asking that. So you are.
I am. And I wonder at what point you're going to be surprised. You seem to be kind of rolling with it. It happens. They won again. Beat the Tigers 4-3. Despite their disappointing season, Mets president of baseball operations David Stern said that he and owner Steve Cohen will continue to practice patience in hopes of the team rebounding in time to compete for a postseason berth. Less than 6 weeks remaining until the trade deadline.
Well, it's a virtue.
Patience is a virtue. There you go. So they will practice it. See if they can chase down a wild card. They're 7 games back of a wild card berth right now.
Also, as I saw a clip recently of Archie Bunker way back when saying, "Patience is a virgin."
Bees get blown out by Albuquerque 11-3. They'll play again tonight. Tony Park's on the call on 1280 The Zone. DJ and PK.
Bruno Fernandes. Neto sprinting down the right. Ronaldo through the middle. It's Cristiano Ronaldo for Portugal. It's 3-0. And Ronaldo strikes again.
Portugal blows out Uzbekistan 5-0. How about Cristiano Ronaldo scoring twice? Can he do it against some of the better teams in the tournament? He got to roll in against Uzbekistan.
Who does he play for?
He plays for Portugal.
Is he Portuguese?
Yes.
Is he from Portugal?
Yes.
Do he live there?
Well, I mean, once you start playing for other clubs, he's moved around. So
I didn't ask if he moved around. I asked if he lived there.
He's a citizen of the world. He lives there part-time. I mean, in the season, he's living wherever he's playing because he plays for different clubs. Today, More games. Switzerland and Canada. Can Canada win their group?
I have no idea.
Mexico has won their first two. They host Czechia. So, U.S. will be back at it tomorrow. DJ and PK.
Hashtag NHL.
NHL exploring the possibility of putting a second team in Texas. Austin and Houston have been mentioned as potential targets. Commissioner Gary Bettman announced it at the NHL's Board of Governors meeting. The Friedkin family will have 6 months to investigate the viability of a new franchise and getting an arena built.
The Friedkin family?
Friedkin.
Oh.
Friedkin.
Emphasis on ED, apparently, huh?
Yes.
Okay.
There it is. That is what is trending. The headline's brought to you by Shamrock Plumbing. No job too big or too small. Get the personal touch with Shamrock Plumbing. Brian Geltall is going to join us to talk NBA draft at 9 o'clock. Matt Tate is here covering the Kansas Jayhawks for R1S1 Sports and Wave the Wheat. Plus, it's a Win Ticket Wednesday. We got tickets to see Leonard Skinner at the Utah State Fair on September 16th. That's coming up in the 8 o'clock hour. Stick around, DJ and PK. The question of the day is next.
We all have routines. I'm Jabron, and with diabetes, mine was finger sticks. Sometimes I skip them because they hurt. The Freestyle Libre 3CGM changed that. It gives me glucose insights without finger sticks. Learn more at freestylelibre.us.
Finger sticks are required if your glucose alarms and readings do not match symptoms, or when you see check blood glucose symbol for the first 12 hours. The views expressed should not be used for medical diagnosis or treatment as a substitute for professional medical advice. Individual circumstances may vary. For prescription only. Safety info found at freestylelibre.us.
Ice Cube's Big 3 is back. The most competitive basketball league on earth is on CBS this Saturday. Big 3 All-Star Dwight Howard and the LA Riot take on Greg Monroe and the Dallas Power. Then Coach Rick Mahorn, Sensation Nazir Kaur, and the Detroit Amps look to protect home court against back-to-back MVP Michael Beasley and the defending champs Miami 305. The game played the way you love. Watch live Saturday on CBS at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific, and catch replays on BET.
Oh, yay, yay!
My main goal is number one, so me and my team decided that was the best place for me to go work out. But definitely happy that Utah picked me and can't wait to get there and go work. I think it's a great fit.
There is Darryn Peterson, DJ and PK. The draft is in the books. A reminder, KSL Sports Zone and Beehive Meals are honoring people that impact youth sports in our communities. Nominate the youth sports volunteer you know for the Beehive Meals Hero of the Week at KSLSports.com/contest and listen every Thursday afternoon to Jake and Ben for the winner. It's the Beehive Meals Hero of the Week. So, Darryn Peterson it is. Question of the morning. Sound off now. What do you have to say? Jazz fans have a lot to say. Over 100 comments overnight, PK. That is a boatload. Brian says only time will tell.
Read every one of them.
If he's available and he's consistent, it doesn't miss a lot of games, he can become a great pick.
But you could say only time will tell on every single pick in the history of every single draft in every single sport. And really, every baby that's ever born.
Just head over to the hospital.
Yeah.
Stand in the maternity wing.
Or in the case of my father, his house.
Time will tell.
My father was not born in a hospital. So, yeah. How's that any different, Brian?
Brandon says Peterson was headed to bounce until he had creatine-related issues. He's the best player in the draft, and the Jazz got exactly what they needed. This is going to be a really good draft class. That seems to be a pretty oft-repeated take right there. The Jazz got the number one player in the draft.
Oh, I don't know if that's true. I mean, they got the number two player, but did they get the best player? That remains to be seen. But it doesn't matter what the other players are doing. It matters what Darryn Peterson does.
Does he come here and be really good?
And that's all that matters right now. I mean, and really, it's impossible to predict at the highest level. And so you're going on projection, obviously, which is the draft has become. It always was that, but now so more than ever, and has been this way for a number of years with the one-and-doners and before that, the high schoolers. And some of those high schoolers turned out to be awesome, and others it took a bit, and others were busts, right? So you basically have all three levels. You have superstar, good player, bust. It's roughly the three categories. When you're drafting this high, you're drafting 25th or something, it's a different set of standards. But when you're drafting this high, that's basically the three levels that are possible. And certainly I would think minimally he would be the middle one, good player. But you want more at number 2 if that number 2 that year has that capability and that anticipation. Sometimes the drafts really don't have that. This year we anticipate that it does. I think we've got minimum here, decent player and potential superstar. Yes, I don't have any problem saying that. Knowing that that is a projection. And it's not going to be decided at least minimally 2 years. It may have to go longer. And I can't speak any more than that because yesterday, unbeknownst to the producer, what's Christian's last name?
Esparza.
Yeah, he's now Ratfink. I'm getting ready to be on, and he says to Jake Scott, who's hosting, they were waiting for, I think, Austin Ainge or something, or Darryn Peterson was going to call. And then Jake says, okay, we'll have PK with us. And Christian, be careful because he's really windy. And he doesn't know that I got the headphones on. The kid who I've got more years experience in the business than he has on planet Earth.
Yes.
Yeah. Cross him off my list. So I'm not going to say any more. Apparently I'm windy.
Tony predicts that with the NBA spacing, Peterson's going to be a top 10 player within 5 years. So not your 2 year.
Okay, 5 years is a good length of time, right. I think, to make a pretty good assessment.
If he's a top 10 player at 24 years old, just sign up for that right now. Whatever bumps you've got to endure along the way, awesome.
Probably not a whole lot.
You wouldn't think because he's got to get right. You got to be top 20, top 30, top 40 along the way as you get better.
Right.
This is the best case scenario for the Jazz. After 4 years of unwatchable basketball, they should be a playoff team, barring injuries. Like to think so, Tony. I can co-sign that. Can't guarantee any of it, but you can root for it, expect it, hope for it. Top 10 player in 5 years, that is what you want out of a draft that's this loaded, and you get to pick 2.
I think the playoffs are
going to happen.
I'm going to go French here. Fait accompli.
So instead of thinking playoffs is the goal, think top 6. More likely to have a winnable series.
The way I look at it, if we're going to get to the team perspective, because they got tons of gazillion talent on this team.
Nice.
I don't think there's any question about that. And to me, right now, best case, 3. And then drop down from there.
Yeah.
Worst case would be play in, don't make the playoff. But right now, I think that 3rd spot in the West we're speaking of is open for the grabs.
If everything goes right, that's the best case scenario.
Because there's not a dominant 3rd team, I don't think. Now, we have to wait because free agency will be upon us in trades and whatnot. And so
the rosters may change, right? Yeah.
They will change. There's just no doubt
about it. They may change in a significant way.
They could.
Let's see if someone...
So let's get to September 1st and see where we're at. But right now, I think that 3rd spot is available for the taking, along with some other teams. It's not like they're a slam dunk by any stretch. But there's the possibility there. The talent is there. I don't see how you can deny that the talent is not there. Does it come together the way you want it? Well, we'll see what happens here. Can't make any bold predictions that this is, oh my gosh, they're going to be in the 2nd round. And we'll see who they get to play. Is it going to be OKC or San Antonio? It's possible. It's a realistic, arguable process, possibility.
We've talked 50 wins, and Minnesota with 49 was 6th last year. And to your point about 3rd, Denver won 54 games, and they were 3rd last year. So there's very little separating 3, 4, 5, 6. So get yourself in that mix, and then where do you land in that pile of teams?
Yeah.
Take that right now after what we've seen the last 4 years. Scott, he will be a superstar. It was the right pick. He has more upside than Cameron Boozer. We also need a ball handler, a shot maker. He can get a bucket in pressure situations like in the NCAA tournament. Smooth Jazz. That's one nickname I like for him.
Oh, yeah. He puts the smooth in Smooth Jazz. He's just a smooth player. You watch him play, and the way he glides, the way he moves, it is always on frame, on target. It doesn't look awkward. It just looks like, okay, you see where he wants to go. He's got the ball, and he's moving in a direction in the court. You see that you can anticipate the spot that he wants to get to. And he gets there, and he does it with a sort of a mind-blowing ability. I remember sitting courtside or second seat where we used to have the media, and I think Brad Rock was sitting next to me, and they're playing the Pistons. This is a snapshot of a memory for some reason that just stuck with me. And Grant Hill's on the team, right? Mm-hmm. And it's in his younger days. It might even been his rookie year. He gets the ball somewhere in the backcourt. I don't remember if he gets the rebound. Goes down, moving as he's dribbling and taking big strides. He's a tall man with long legs, right? And just glides right to the hoop. Not some big fancy dunk over some people, but just the way he moved in traffic as the defense is in transition and so forth. We've all seen those types of plays. And the way he just sort of glided down the ground. I remember looking at Brad thinking, whoa.
Smooth, effortless, like butter.
Yeah, it was so neat to see. And that's what I see in Peterson. You're going to expect more from Grant Hill because he ended up getting hurt and missed a bunch of seasons, blah, blah, blah. That was a tragedy for him in his career because that derailed it clearly. But the talent, just the smoothness that a long, lean athlete in the NBA, and we can all picture that in our minds. Even my favorite player, Magic Johnson, he wasn't as smooth on the fast break to Showtime, which was awesome. The crowd would go to his feet and then timeout and blast I Love L.A. We've all seen that. I was in the Forum a million times for that. But even that wasn't as smooth looking as Darryn Peterson is as he moves. His ability to move so smoothly is just incredible. Plus, he's got a great shot.
So what's not to love?
Yeah, Caleb was a no-brainer.
Caleb, the thing about controversial players is that they hardly work out. Examples, Caleb.
Well, what is a controversial player? Because are we talking about injury? Are we talking about character? What are we talking about here?
Steve points out Ace Bailey was controversial. He's doing pretty well.
But was Ace Bailey's character questioned?
It was. I wouldn't say it was character.
It was leadership above him. It was the young man. Was he a bad dude? Did he have any character issues? Did he have any trail along the way attitudinally?
That's more where we go. It'd be more attitude. Didn't want to be here. Trying to negotiate his way to Washington.
Well, but that's business.
I know. But that's controversy. It's like you said.
No, I don't think it is.
Controversy comes in a lot of flavors.
I don't. It's controversy in a small manner that cannot be overcome, and it was. And they're always going to say that. We are in Utah. We're a long way from anybody, and that's part of the reason why we like being in Utah, right? But the fact is, once the individual gets here, no matter if he's a foreigner, no matter if he's inner city, no matter if he's rural, no matter if he's white or black, whatever, they get here, and that seems to go away.
Let's list all the guys who've lobbied to get out of here. There's 3 or 4 All-Stars who, for one reason or another, wanted out.
And where was Darren Williams last night?
He's standing next to the Jazz Brass, guy who used to work on our radio station.
Yeah.
Started at the bottom and has worked his way all the way to the top. There was Chris Barney.
Yeah.
And Chris was one of our
associate general manager, Chris Barney.
6 sales guys before he's a sales manager, before they moved him over into ticketing, and then just, I don't even know how many promotions since then.
And when he was a snot-nosed kid, DJ says, keep your eye on this guy.
He's going places.
What a call. And one conversation with Darren Williams will solve that. Son, here's my story. And you notice where I am right now when it's all said and done. So that is no big deal. So, yeah, but if you haven't been here or had any experience in it, if I got sent to Maine, I've never been to Maine, one of the states I haven't been. Do I want to go to Maine? No. But if I went there and hung out there, met the people there, lived there, I'll probably think, Maine's a cool place.
Probably find something you like.
Yeah. And he did go to Lawrence, Kansas, which is not a suburb of New York City.
Well, that is actually the one thing about him playing at 3 different high schools and then the year of college is he's gone to really different places. I mean, he came from Lawrence. He was in Napa for a while. Okay, that's got nothing in common with Lawrence. Napa. Okay. Not really a basketball hotbed.
No, but the wine is outstanding. I've had many different flavors. Yeah, Manischewitz is my favorite.
Manischewitz. Just to pick a Jersey cliche.
I happen to be a wine aficionado.
Okay.
Me and Joe Montana.
Oh,
and the thing about it, man, I was on the call last night when he called in.
Mm-hmm.
It was a great interview. It's only 5 minutes, but that's all you need. You don't need 15, 20, 25 minutes. That 5 minutes with the guys and me for last night I thought it was great. Not that we were great. He was great. Who cares what we are? It is him. And I asked him 2 questions. Dude, you weren't pick number 1. What kind of motivation is it going to provide? And Yak will give us the answer in 3, 2, 1.
Now I'm with the Jazz, and I'm super excited to get there. And it'll definitely keep a chip on my shoulder throughout my whole career. And I'll take it out on everybody, not just that guy in particular.
I love that answer. And then I asked him.
That was such a you answer. That was just so on brand. I could feel, through the radio, I could just feel the glow.
And I'm going to probably take heat for it. But
why? Because he's got a chip on his shoulder. That's what everybody should want to have.
I know, but he takes a shot at DeBonsa.
And I'll take it out on everybody, not just that guy in particular.
You take it. I never asked about DeBonsa. Yeah. I just said you draft second.
I thought that was a good answer, too, because
it's an awesome answer.
The assumption is, okay, the guy's number 1. You're going to play him twice a year. He's in the other conference. Right. You're not going to see him in the playoffs, and you meet in the finals, so that's a massive long shot. The fact that it'll drive him every day.
For the first 8 years before AJ comes.
The fact that it'll drive him every night in a league where everyone talks about you got to find your motivation, the dog days, the games just keep coming, and he's going to have this constant source of energy and motivation. What a great answer. Who doesn't want to hear that?
I agree with you. Obviously, man, I wanted to high five him across
I knew you did.
Telephones.
I thought it's a great answer. He's highly motivated. There's no casual. He knows that if he sits and misses, 26 games or whatever, it's going to be like, well, yeah, that's why he couldn't go number 1. And he's bitter about it. This is like, I get why people were worried about it. It's a huge investment. It's a huge opportunity to draft here. And if you pick the wrong guy, and it seems like it's the only thing that can go wrong with this guy is what if he's hurt and he's sitting all the time, and what if he doesn't really have the drive and he's not ready to push through stuff or not willing to push through stuff. And all of a sudden he comes out and literally in the first 5 minutes that he's talking on to the local media here, he's like, yeah, I got a chip on my shoulder. And not just about that guy. Well, good, because I want to have a chip on his shoulder when they play San Antonio, when they play Oklahoma City, and when they play whoever in the West. You know, ideally, I think they are in that 3, 4, 5, 6 range as a 50-win team. Well, the whole point of getting there is play somebody you can beat in the first round. Have some playoff success. You're not going to duck Oklahoma City and San Antonio forever. Matter of fact,
you see about getting them then the following year in terms of beating them.
In terms of beating. But you could see them in the second round. There'll be plenty of time to play those guys.
Right.
And this guy's going to have a chip on his shoulder every night. No people watching, he went number 2. He should have gone 1. He wants people to say that. He should have gone 1. Mm-hmm. He's so good.
And I want him to want that.
Right. Yeah. And hopefully it's not just that, but it's so much of the NBA is what kind of stats do you get, because that determines how much money you get. And the stats are primarily focused on offense. Box scores are focused on offense. And he's got the ability and the size to be a really good defender. And the best teams, you can look at the stats, and the best teams are good defensive teams. Sometimes because Wemby's there blocking shots and they just won't take layups and dunks. But you got to be good defensively. He knows he's going to get judged on that. It's awesome. It's a great answer.
I agree.
Puts to bed a lot of the baggage or fears. I mean, every fan probably has a different word for it, whatever consternation they had. Yeah, concern. Yeah, it's like, okay, now he's still got to do it, and there's still going to be ups and downs. But if that is constantly
anxiety
in the background driving him, Gobert played really hard. I mean, obviously he doesn't have the offensive game everybody wishes he had, the offensive game that he would need to be one of the all-time great centers. But he plays really hard at the defensive end of the floor. It's hard to move a big body as well as he moves around on the court. He wears number 27 because he got drafted 27th, and that irritated him. And he played with a chip on his shoulder. And it doesn't fix the offensive issues with him, but the reason he's so good and he's made hundreds of millions of dollars is the energy that dude brings on the defensive end of the floor.
Yeah.
And it's powered by the same thing, the same thought that's going to be powering Peterson. Should have been drafted earlier.
25 years later, the number 3 galls the living crap right out of me because you openly tell people he was my third choice. Yeah.
David Lockwood.
Every freaking day.
Cool.
Every segment.
And now it's almost a quarter of a century when the ink dries.
And I'm not done.
Nice.
And my
26 and 27
ability to get revenge over you is still there. When I go into contract negotiations, I say one more penny. That's all I ever say.
Awesome.
And they think that's a bargain.
I hope you got it.
Because I can get far more. But I only want one more penny. Because I don't want to rip the whole company, so I'll take less, but I want one more penny. And my second question to him was, so many guys in your position come into a rebuild to a team that is away, a la AJ and Boozer, and I can even go Caleb Wilson and how far you want to go down, but you get the point. And he said, yeah. I said, this isn't going to be this case for you. He said, I know. And he starts ripping off everybody. Like he's had personal conversations with all the guys. He knows all about the team. He knows what's available to him right now from day one, and he knows he's got to earn it because there's going to be levels of competition. And then not only he has to earn it, the younger dudes, basically Kessler resigns. If he does, he's going to play the 5. The other 2 guys are going to play the 3 and 4, or the front line, however you want to phrase it. And then from that point, playing time is the old Majerus line. I don't decide, you decide. Who's going to decide? And that's going to be cool for the entire team. That wonderful backcourt of George and Bailey. Okay, now you got somebody on your heels. What are you going to do about it? You got to do something about it. You can't let the rook come in. Keontae George has worked way hard to get to his spot. He wants to maintain it. He's due for a contract extension coming up. He wants to prove to everybody that, okay, these points that we're scoring in losses are not shallow, that I hit big shots. I am a big-time player. I should have been drafted higher. And great, I want Peterson on the team because it'll help us win, but he ain't taking my spot. I'll play alongside with him, but nobody's taking my spot.
Need my 36 minutes.
Yeah. And Ace Bailey, you had a nice season and you progressed as the season came along, but now you got a hot shot right on your tail.
Be interesting to see what the Jazz management thinks, because if they bring in a veteran, then it gets really hard. Right now, there's enough minutes to go around because I think Ace Bailey can back up Markkanen. Whether Markkanen's, whether Markkanen's off the court
to play all 3 of them
for 15 minutes a night, or if he's the backup for You can start doing the math of it all. If Jaren Jackson Jr. is playing 35 minutes, Marketing might play 13 minutes at a 4 and might play the rest of his time at 3, but that opens up nearly half the game at 3 to put Ace there.
Yeah, but when you're down 1 and there's 15 seconds to go.
Which 5 guys get to close the game? Who gets the shot in the last 5 minutes? Who is the second option? If one guy
if you don't want to be the number
guarded,
1, then I don't want you.
Bum.
And I think he's going to want to be the number 1.
DP, yes.
It may take a bit. I'm willing to have a level of patience. And that's the great thing about it, is this team can win while he develops.
Yes.
You don't have to wait.
We're expecting that.
2-3 years. No. I don't like the phrase ease him in, because I want him in difficult situations right off the bat.
I think you're going to see that.
But I'm not going to put all the pressure on him. He doesn't have to be the man, but I don't want to take time unless it calls for it. But I don't want it to sit him at the end thinking, because he's a rookie. If he's playing well the whole game, then he belongs in there at the end. And we'll see what happens.
DJ PK, it's 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Brian Geltzeller, Sirius XM NBA radio and NBA TV contributor, will join us at 9 o'clock. Ben Anderson from New York at 8 o'clock. He was with the guys behind the scenes covering it. We will talk with him at 8 o'clock. Stay with us.
3, 2, 1. This is Scotty G and Coach Tim LeComb.
He is the president of basketball operations for the Utah Jazz. Austin Ainge, kind enough to join us. Is there a point where you lock your board down and say, okay, we're all on the same page. Let's not overanalyze this. This is all what we're feeling, and let's just stick with it.
I think at some point after we get everybody in and spend our time with them, and that's kind of the final bit of information that we haven't been able to gather. And again, I don't want to overrate that and say that everything comes down to a few meetings with us. We'll just try to not lock it in until then. And then, pretty shortly thereafter, we'll kind of just say, all right, this is what we're going to do. These two, this is number 1, this is number 2. If one's there, we take them. If one's gone, we'll take 2. And that's the way we'll do it.
Catch Scotty G and Coach weekdays from 10 to 2. Presented by Mountain Land Supply on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
I would say a few days ago is when I kind of locked in and sat down with Ryan and said, hey, let's do this. And he was all on board and excited with what we ended up with.
There is Austin Ainge talking about the draft process. A reminder to join Scotty G and the coach Tim LeComb today from 10 to 2 at RGS Exteriors at 4235 Farm Road in West Jordan. Locked in a few days ago, PK. They knew this would be the guy.
I think they thought this would be the guy for a long time.
AJ was going to go number 1.
But then they zeroed in on it and, as he said, locked in. But I think they knew for a good while. I mean, I had heard weeks ago that they were satisfied if they needed to take him, that they would.
Trip to Canton to meet with him, just confirming it.
I think it further confirmed it.
Austin dropped the line. We all left very excited.
I don't think that it confirmed it. I think it further confirmed it. It solidified it even more. That's what I would say.
We can trust all the work we've done to this point, which was all pointing in this direction anyway.
Pretty much from day one. Yeah. Day one being May 10th, whenever that date was with the lottery selection order. So, yeah, right. And this is where these last 6 weeks led to, and here we are.
Jazz fans reacting to the news. What do you think? What do you have to say now? Travis is still worried. Mostly it's positive and upbeat. Hopefully he's more Kevin Durant than Sam Bowie. Two famous number 2 picks. Scott, meanwhile, just wants to roll out the basketballs and go. It's go time. Time to let Coach Hardy work. Go Jazz. Scott's had enough of the losing.
When they get together, that's exactly where it'll be. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's exactly the truth. Yeah, I agree.
James says, I can't wait to see what the Memphis Grizzlies do with Clayton Jr. and Boozer. The Jazz could easily have both those players right now.
What about Taylor Hendricks?
Just run down the list of people who used to play here.
Well, he was included in the trade, right?
Yes. Yeah, he's in Memphis. Grizzlies with the Jazz flavor. But I think he's thinking two-man game there.
I'm not worried about that.
Mark has built his championship timeline. NBA champions 2027. His timeline is
Next season?
9 months from now, we will be starting the playoff run for the ages. 10 months from now.
Well, it's so long away, right? And for my crystal ball type thing, my trying to be reasonable about it is get in there, sort of like the Mammoth did. Now, maybe win. That'd be even better, obviously. But for like next season, we're not going to settle for the Mammoth. Are they going to be in the playoffs? They're going to have to win. They're going to have to up the goal, and so that's what I'm looking for the Jazz. Get there next year, see where things are. Yeah, we have no idea A, if they're going to get there, B, who they're going to play, all that stuff, and so but track that as the season goes, and then okay, once you've got that taste. Then go back in 27, 28 and start moving up that food chain. I mean, that's basically what the Thunder did. Now, if you want to fast forward it like San Antonio, all right, even better.
There are more teams on these 2-3 year arcs than there used to be. They seem to fly higher, faster.
There's not players coming and going to the level. I don't know that the rebuilds can be done as quick. And so this is more of the way you acquire talent is to get the young kid, develop them, and they all have to develop, every single one of them, put them together, figure out who meshes with whom, and away you go. This is the logical way. And maybe it's all painful. It's no less painful wherever you're doing it than it was here. Sure, it was painful, just like it would be everywhere.
Because it was us. Yeah, but they couldn't have been having fun in San Antonio and Oklahoma City.
Right.
But I do think they spent their 2 or 3 years in the lottery, whatever it was.
Yeah, didn't the Spurs miss the playoffs like 6 years?
Yes, between their rebuild, but then they get one by Yama, and it's like
I understand, but they still missed the playoffs for
They did
for 6 years
because they had to go back in the draft and
Yeah.
get the second pick and get the fourth pick.
Right. Right, and and then they got one by Yama, but it took him 3 years, and that's the good thing about Darryn Peterson is he's stepping in for a second choice. He's got to be settling into one of the better spots of all time.
I get why you would say that. And the Jackson trade sped things up, and it was why people were so excited when it happened. We were. And then Locke came on and told us the team was.
I think a lot of things sped it up, and certainly the Jackson trade is one of them. But I think George's development is one of them.
Yes.
I think drafting Ace Bailey is one of them. Those are two big-time additions to the team that has expedited the process.
And to complete the top half dozen, the fact they got Markkanen and Kessler back when they made the original deals.
And Kessler turns out to be a force.
Yep.
Didn't he? I think he went like 22nd or something, right? So, like, for instance, Abaji went 10-plus positions ahead of him. Not a player. Can't shoot.
Much rather have Kessler.
Yeah. So all those things, and probably the crowning portion of it, two things, I think, are Jaren Jackson's trade and then landing at the number 2 spot with the opportunity to draft Darryn Peterson.
DJ PK, when we come back, Ben Anderson joins us from New York, backstage in the media availabilities. Had his eyes and his ears on the entire night as the stories unfolded in New York. We'll talk with him, get his impressions next. Stay with us.
Ice Cube's Big 3 is back. The most competitive basketball league on earth is on CBS this Saturday. Big 3 All-Star Dwight Howard and the LA Riot take on Greg Monroe and the Dallas Power. Then Coach Rick Mahorn, Sensation Nazir Kaur, and the Detroit Amps look to protect home court against back-to-back MVP Michael Beasley and the defending champs Miami 305. The game played the way you love. Watch live Saturday on CBS at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific, and catch replays on BET.
Oh, yay, yay! Make game day yours. Tickets, food and drinks, stats, and streaming. Everything you need is in the Utah Mammoth app. Download today and make game night easy. Download on both Android and iPhone. Tusk Top.